Sheera, what's the very latest? What are they saying in the city about this incident?
Well, at the moment, the families of those that have been injured are standing vigil outside the hospital. They're waiting to hear about the condition of their loved ones. We do know that 4 people were killed and a 5th has been very seriously injured. The hospital is saying that his condition is critical. And police are still, going over these areas which have been at the epicenter of the attacks. Those are the seam lines between the east and west parts of the city. Large swaths of Palestinian neighborhoods began rioting this morning, and police have now shut those neighborhoods down. There's a lot of tension here in Jerusalem. People are worried that these spate of attacks are only going to continue, and that the local intelligence services and police have no way of stopping them.
And Sheera, what can you tell us anything about these 2 attackers?
What we know so far is that these 2 men were cousins from the Jabal Mukaber neighborhood of East Jerusalem. They had both of them family members who had recently been arrested by Israeli police in various riots for stone-throwing incidents, as I just found out from one of their neighbors. One of them worked at a grocery store that was very close to the synagogue that was attacked. So he would have known the coming and goings from the synagogue. He would have known that at 7 o'clock in the morning, that synagogue was packed full of men. So clearly this was a neighborhood they were familiar with. They planned and carried out this attack, but their families say they had no knowledge of it whatsoever. They claim that they had no indication that these 2 cousins were going to carry out this sort of attack on Israeli nationals. And it follows a pattern of what we've seen Israeli police call lone wolf attacks, otherwise known as grassroots sort of attacks, where young men sort of decide to do this, it seems, of their own impetus. And many of them seem to be inspired one from the other.
And Sheera, I just wanted to show you these live images from Jerusalem. It is 4:03 in the afternoon, Jerusalem time, and I just want to listen to some of this prayers and chants that are occurring right outside the hospital for a second. Sheera, what do we expect for the rest of the afternoon? They're actually waiting for information about the injured person?
Yes, exactly, for those injured. And there are quite a few that are still in critical condition. I think the whole city is sort of holding its breath, not knowing what comes next and not knowing whether this state of violence is going to continue. I spoke to lots of parents today who said they were going to keep their kids out of school tomorrow, both Palestinian and Israeli parents who were doing that, keeping their kids home from school because everyone's worried. No one knows when the next attack is going to happen. And as we've seen in many of these previous attacks, whether it's someone ramming their car onto a crowded train platform or opening fire into a crowd, Jerusalem is a mixed city, and both Palestinians and Israelis have been killed in the last couple months of increasing violence.
Sheera Frenkel, Middle East correspondent for Buzzfeed, thank you so much for being with me this morning. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.